Hello everyone, Son of Ultramar back here, and sorry for the long time apart from making videos. I've been busy with work and other things as well. I've been getting other things set up. In this case, um, just moving to a new place and getting everything set up there. So I apologize for the long thing, and hopefully we can get back into it. So I wanted to start a little part series of gamer etiquette, especially for mini wargaming. Um, talk. I'm gonna kind of talk about just like a few things that are good and bad and do's and do nots for miniature wargaming. Um, One thing I'd like to talk about first is going into a shop and you see people having a game and everything, and there's that one guy who always walks over, looks at the table and says, "Hey, cool miniature," and picks it up. And then you tell him to put it back down, and it's nowhere near where it was. Ugh, just never do that. Always ask first before you can touch it. Never grab. Um, yeah. I think I've actually had two people almost get in a fist fight because of that. Um, Pretty intense day that day. Let's see what else is there. Not being ready for a game day. Essentially, one thing that you do want to do is before you even come into the shop, you kind of want to have a small little list set aside or pre-worked out. 500, 1,000, 1,250, 1,500, 1,750 pointless. Whichever one you kind of want to play with, or whatever ones you think that your opponents might have, or if there's a new person, you want to play a smaller point game. Um, yeah, I've had multiple times where I've planned a day out at the game store and I was going to meet some guy there, and I had some time restrictions that day, how things are. And next thing you know, we get there, and I believe it was around noon, and we did some talking and everything. We were starting to get everything set up, but we did not get our models on the table till about 2:30. Now, that just gets me frustrated, especially when you said that you wanted to play at 12, not 2:30. So, bring a sheet. Be prepared, have your stuff ready, have your models ready, have your list ready, have everything you need before you go. Um, Next point. Try not to forget everything. I've had this one guy come in and he completely forgot his tape measure, his dice, his templates, I believe even his rule book, but thankfully someone else was playing his army there. And just having to run around and ask different people at other tables to borrow stuff is kind of noobish. It's not something you want to be doing. It's kind of annoyance to anyone else who brings stuff. Because if you get a back damage, right, you're not really wanting to let that guy borrow it again, or if it's something brand new. Example of this was I got the 7th edition Space Marines Codex, and I just took it out of the packaging. I was gonna throw the wrapper out when I was at the store, and I put it down on a table, but it was actually the building table. So uh, I didn't know this at the time, but I accidentally put my Codex on a tiny little piece of plastic that came off from one of the models, and this one guy asked if he could see it real quick just to borrow it, and I was I said sure, right? Because he forgot his, and then he slid it across the table, and brand new book had a big scratch in the back. So, come prepared. Don't have to ask other people to bring things, especially models, right? Because if someone wants to use this later in the game, or they have a plan for it, and you want to borrow it, it's not gonna make anyone else's day fun. Yeah, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about some game etiquette because I've been feeling like this rant build up for a while because I've had some people at the game store, um, you know, particularly new people who have been um, trying to uh, trying to learn how to play, trying to learn all the usual stuff that you learn when you start 40K. But yeah, they're just having a little bit of trouble there, and some people are just trying their hardest to fit in or um, you know be accepted and such, but they're kind of forgetting the fundamentals of mini wargaming. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I want to talk about. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, it won't be too late in the week when I post another one. Other than that, guys, have a good day, and I'll talk at you later.